G'day guys, welcome back. It's green pouring day today. So I did the blue pour and then I did the pinky purple pour, and today is the green pour. Not sure what I'll do next time. Maybe it'll be the orangey red one next time. We'll see what happens. So if you saw them, you'll know what I'm doing. This mix is same as the others, 70% glue, this is Elmer's glue oil, 30% water, and I've mixed that 50-50 with my paint. So I've started with 50 grams of pouring medium and 50 grams of paint. I did add a little bit of water to my white and a little bit of water to my black. This one, the light green, I had to add more paint, probably an extra maybe 15 grams of paint I had to add to it. So that has 50 grams of pouring medium, about 65 grams of paint because it was really thin. And same with this one, this lime green one. I had to add about an extra 15 grams of paint. So start with 50-50 and then work from there. You might have to add a little bit of water, you might have to add more paint to get to the right consistency. Right, as usual, treadmill silicone for cells. And I'm going to put 3 drops in each, except for the black and the white. The black and the white are my opaque colours, and I want those to basically sink down to the background. They're heavier. And then I want the cells with the silicone oil to pop up through those opaque colours and create the cells. So that is why I do it that way. So I've got 7 cups of paint, 7 colours, 100 grams of mixed paint in each. That's 700 grams. I was really happy with that last pink one I did, with it only had the 700 grams of paint in it. Much happier than I was with the blue, even though it's only, well, I guess it's a whole cup, isn't it? It's a cup full of paint, 100 grams. I was able to stretch the paint out more to cover the whole thing. I didn't end up with any squished paint in the middle. I was able to stretch my middle cup out, which was great. So I'm going to go again with the 700 grams. Okay, so basically all greens. There's different shades of green. There's this lime green, and then there's a bright green. This is a really pale green. It's just like a regular dark green, and then we've got like a bluey green. So all shades of green. You can't just have, you know, all green. That wouldn't look very nice at all. And then I've got black and a white, so different shades of green. So if you're doing a pour, try not to add red and blue and yellow and purple and orange, and just stick to one family and then have different shades. You'll find you'll be much happier with the end result than if you go mixing too many colours. Right, that's the black. This one is called Green Light. I'll show you the colours later. So we have dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. And that's the order. And you know, guys know why. I'm not going to explain it to you all over again. This one is Deep Sea. Nice dark greeny bluish kind of a colour. And that against that, these 2 light colours should make really pretty cells. I didn't want this really pale green next to the black because it's got too much white in it and it'll end up looking quite grey. So I've kept it away from the black, put it between these 2 darker colours. So hopefully those cells will be pretty. And then the light one here is between these 2 darker ones. So the dark one's between those 2 lighter ones, and the light one's between those 2 darker ones. And that's how I like to roll with the paint. In case anyone is wondering how I work out what paint's going where. That's how I do it. Light, dark, light, dark. So this is another light green. It's not as light as this one here, but I'm kind of happy to put it next to the black. It's got to go somewhere. And it can't go between the two other light greens because they'd be too similar. I have to put a dark green between the two light greens. So it was the only place left for it, really. So once you've made up all your colours, lay them out and then have a look and see what's going to go with what. Play a little bit of musical chairs with them. Change them around a little bit until you're happy with the order. And then go for it. Just try and do light, dark, light, dark. It's all I can advise. Maybe with the paint brands that are more highly pigmented, like your Liquitex or your Golden, you might be able to get away with having two similar colours next to each other. Now, like a dark green and a mid green. But with the Global that aren't that highly pigmented, and there's really not much difference between the pigment amount in a semi-transparent and a transparent and an opaque. There's really nothing, hardly anything to it. I have got their density chart on my Australian Acrylic Pouring group in the files section, and there's really not much difference at all. Certainly not as much as, or nearly as much as there is with, say, Liquitex Basics, where there's a huge jump between their transparent and their semi-transparent. Not so much with the Global, but then it's, you know, it's a cheaper paint. You get what you pay for. It's still great. I still like using it. If I could afford to do Liquitex Basics, I would, but I can't, so it's the next best thing, and I'm happy with the results. Okay, a little bit of green. This is the green dark, is what it's called. There's a green light and there's a green dark. This is the dark one. And I think I'll change out the last two and put the lime next to this one, and then put the white on top, just because it's my last layer. So I'm going to flip them the same way as I did last time, because I was really happy with how that worked. Just all in the middle basically, my cup's in the middle. Okay, that's the rest of that lime gone. And we'll finish off with a little bit of white. Don't have any extra paint. But the whole idea of this is not having too much paint so that I can really stretch my cells out, because I want big cells. But I want pretty shaped cells. It's hard, isn't it? You want big cells but not too wobbly. And the other thing I did was I kind of tilted with the last painting. I kind of tilted to cover a little bit of the surface before I torched. That one's wobbling on the bar in the center there, so move them away so that this one has enough space to spread out without these two encroaching on it and squishing it, because once it's squished, it's really hard for you then to get that paint to move because of these two guys. They're stopping it, so allow yourself enough room for this guy to move to the sides. Hopefully this will be pretty. I haven't done a green one for a while now, hey? Not really my colour scheme, but for the sake of this experiment, using my 70-30 glue water, I'm going to do a pour in each colour. I should do 7 and then I've got chakras, shouldn't I? And then maybe someone will buy 7 of them. A set of 7. Who would like that? Who wants to buy a set of 7 chakra colours in these pours? Hands up. I might do that. Alright, let's go. As you can see, I've sprayed the cups, releasing already. Right, so just straight down. A bit of that before it runs away. A little bit of excess here. There's really not much left, but let's pop it on there anyway. Hardly any left in the cups. The silicone oil really helps get all that out. But isn't that cup pretty? Right. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that bit of lime. Hope I get more of that. Hope it's not all lost. Oh, I didn't do that one very well. I got that line like I got last time. There's really nothing in there to keep. I don't know how I get that. Maybe I just need to go a bit faster. Tip straight up. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Tip straight up. Sort of. Wow, that's already pretty stripy in the bottom of the cup. And I'm going to keep that because the black was in the bottom of the cup. So I don't want to lose all my black. Let's see if I can get a little bit left out of this cup. There's really nothing left in there. Come on. Out you come, don't be shy. There's a good paint. Yes, you are. Good paint. Little tiny bit left. Right. Really nothing left in those cups at all. Oh, my lime's showing through nicely in this one. Love it. Bit of a wormy thing there. That's okay. That's okay. Now, this area here bothers me a bit. It's quite large, so let's just see if I can get it. No, see, it's losing it down here. I don't want to do that. Just want to try and get paint to cover in that section a little bit. No, it's not wanting to play the game. Right, start getting that. This is all going, so it's not playing the game. I'm going to pick up a little bit of paint from here. I'm going to just pop it there. It's really not much at all, really. Every little bit helps, so whatever I can salvage just for this little corner. Well, not a corner, it's a little triangle. I'll try and salvage it. I guess that's the downside for not having so much paint on the surface to start with, but as an overall idea for the pour, it works better not having so much. See, that section's there is a good size. It's a third. If I'd had so much paint, it would have just been all squished already. So, all right, I've covered a little bit of it, so you know I can still tilt and cover more. So don't feel that you have to tilt straight away. You can certainly move your paint around a little bit. I've almost got my side covered. I have got my side covered. The corners look okay, they're quite pretty. Don't have any problem with those, got some nice lines through there. I don't like it if there's like a circle on it. I prefer it to be a stripy in line with the rest of the stripes, but that's just me. Alright, let's do this nice and high. Now you be good today, Torchy. I'm standing back away from the torch. Round and round in circles, nice and high. I'll go again. Make sure I'm getting my corners. So I want some cells in those corners too, even though it's added on paint. Oops, see, I got too close there. Carried away, wasn't concentrating, I just got a bit too close there. So I've got that colony now, which I was trying to avoid. I like the cells to be more like this, where they're kind of separated and they're not all bumping into each other. This is why I always say, take your time, go slow, don't rush it. You know, go over it a few times. But I rushed it. Few more coming up here, just wait for those, and I could do with a few more just there. So I just went over really lightly. See, there they come, little tiny dark green ones. So as I said, don't go too close, because they don't pop up straight away. It might take, you know, 10 seconds or so. So just wait, torch and wait. I think that's enough. Oh, I could do with a couple more just here. Although, how about, just for, oh, I've already got it there. But what about, just had a light globe, or is it a light bulb? Thought. You know, the little light bulb appears above your head. How about if I don't torch the very edges? See, there's no cells there. How about if I don't torch them? That way when I tip over, there's no cells to go over and overstretch. What do you think? What do you think? Too late for these guys. But this one, let's see what happens with him, because I haven't put any cells there. So when he goes over, there's not going to be any cells to overstretch, unless I get right, unless these go. Right, let's see. Now, I'm going to do this side first, because I don't like this side. Alright, round we go. Rightio. Let's walk it. Back and forth, back and forth. Now, let's just help you along a bit. Paint's pretty thick. Doesn't like moving on its own, really. It likes to have a little bit of a helping hand. It's a bit lazy. Oh, the colours are pretty, aren't they? Yes. I'm so loving this mix without the Floetrol. Now, because I need to cover here, this area here has to move that way. I really have to try and get it down that way as much as I can. I know it's going over, but I can't really help that. I will take it over the corner there while I'm there. There we go. Oh, it's over. Yay! Oh, this was the corner, the edge that didn't have any cells. So I'm thinking, oh, it's gone over and there's cells, but it was the wrong corner, that edge. Okay, okay, I'm liking that so far. Yep, yep, yep. Rightio, let's turn it around. little bit of muddiness happening here with the black. Maybe that one had a little bit more black in it. But hey, look, I think it's nice to have a little bit of interest. I don't think it's all that attractive if every single section is identical. It's nice to have a bit of interest. I think so anyway. Okay, so I haven't got that much to cover. Not much, but I am going to help it. Oh, all this paint sitting here. Let me show you my paints and then I can get them out of the way. Deep Space. Should have shown you earlier. They're in my way. Deep Green. Green Light. It's a different container, so I've reused it. Lime. The lime I make myself. Bora Bora. That's that really pale green that you can see here. It's actually quite pretty. And I'm nearly out of it. Ugh. See, almost gone. So I'm going to have to do some experimenting and try and match that, because you can't buy that anymore, and that's the last of mine. And then black and white. So yeah, I'm going to have to spend some time and try and work out what's in that Bora Bora so that I can match it. Now I'm going to pick up some of this paint and pop it in here. And a little bit more. Try not to drip on the rest of the painting. Keep the paint there. It's going to go over the edge, so it doesn't really matter what it's going to look like at the moment, because it's just there to help the paint flow, move easily. That's all its job is. It only has the one job. Like so. Right. Now we'll watch this section here. See how it's got no cells? We'll watch that. These sections here, see where the cells have gone over? Once I start tilting that way, these half cells are going to stretch out. And because they're only half cells, that's where they look so elongated, because the rest of it's down here on the side. And so yes, it does really stretch out. So, as I said before, my theory, my light bulb theory, not having any there. So let's keep an eye on that and see what happens. If I can maybe not tilt all those cells over the edge. If I do have to tilt them over, well, I've tried. Alright, here we go. Here goes our flow enhancer. It's doing its thing. I'm going to stop there because I need to help this over. So, using less paint, you have to really take your time. You have to help the paint over. It's going to struggle getting over by itself. So you really need to take your time, slow down, and help the paint over. I'm going to go to this corner. Okay, that corner's not going to be covered. Well, it is covered, but it's just going to have to stay like that. Now, oh look, two have gone over. Now, what can I do about this corner here? I'm going to put a big blob of paint on it there, and a corresponding kind of a green, and say, pretty please, run over the edge for me. A lot of paint on there. Hopefully the weight of that paint on the corner will help it get over there. Otherwise it's gonna stay. No, I don't want it to stay. Alright, here we go. Really slowly. try not to lose too much over that long edge there because I want to keep my cells. No, go, 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 go. I'm losing lots of paint. Okay. Never mind. Couldn't be helped. I tried. I mean, I tried to not get those to go over, but no. It was that corner that was the killer. But hey, it's not too bad because I had that much paint that went over before my cells started moving, so maybe that kind of helped. Now I'm just checking my composition. I already know what I'm trying to do. Cells are a bit small, although this is the area where I got too close with the torch and I had a lot of tiny cells when I went too close. So that's the difference. And this is where I just had a nice even heat and didn't get too close over here. So you can see the difference. That was my fault. My fault. Sorry, cells. My fault. I got too close with the torch and that's why I got that little tiny colony. So not as attractive as the rest of it, but it's done. It's still a really pretty pour. I love it. Now I just need to put a little bit of paint there. Tiny little corner showing. And a little bit here. Don't think I'm going to even torch anymore because I've got plenty of cells. To come around and do that one. Just can't see from this side. What do you reckon? It's pretty good, hey? I really like this one too. I think I'm getting better with my whole thing, my whole cells and ratios and geez, it's taken me long enough. Should be getting better. Right. You're covered. You're a culprit, you are, that corner. My cells aren't too badly stretched actually. Really, these ones aren't badly stretched. These ones are okay. I haven't got any that are really, really long. No. I'll get the flip the other way. Haven't moved it very much at all. Okay, last little corner, and I want some of this dark green to go just there. Rightio. So happy with it. Love this end the most. This one the second most, and this one the third most, only because I got that massive little tiny cells. If I hadn't have done that and had the cell overload on that end, it would have been perfect. So less torching, guys, and you'll get more of this look with your background. Now I'm not going to torch again because I've already got big cells, medium cells, tiny cells, and it kind of graduates, doesn't it? I guess this is the top, working down to the bigger cells. So let me take my dirty gloves off and I'll take you in for a close-up. So I think with each one I'm doing, I'm getting better at it. I actually really like, they kind of look a bit bluish, don't they? That it's the dark greeny blue, but it's showing up quite blue. It's so pretty. I really like it. A little splash of bluey green, just to break up all that normal green. And then you've got that little splash of the lime as well. How pretty does that look? I think this might even be my favourite. And I'm not really into green. I've got green eyes. I probably should be more into green. But how pretty are those cells? Let's walk you up. And then those are the ones that look more blue. I guess I had the dark bluey green next to that lighter green, didn't I? So we're getting multiple rings there. Not so keen on all those little ones. Smack my hand. Naughty, naughty for over torching. I will try better next time. There's so many things to remember. Don't over torch. Don't get too close. Make sure your corners are covered. Good consistency. Not too much oil. Stir your oil really well. Have dark against light. Make your white thinner. So much to remember. But I really, really love that. Have a go at these colours. I'm happy with the way the lime's shown up too. It's really popped. Okay, so there she is. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe and hit the little bell so you'll be notified every time a new video comes out, which is pretty much every day. I do try to get one out for you every day. Alrighty. Zoom you in on my two favourite sections there. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.